Have you been looking for an Xtreme outdoor speaker? I just got the Xtreme 3 from JBL today. So we're going to be looking over the specs of this speaker, and just for comparison, we'll check it out compared to the Marshall Tufton, because it's also a pretty good outdoor speaker. Oh, these just kind of come out. Ugh. The Xtreme 3, it's a Bluetooth 5.1 speaker, 15 hours of battery life. It's also IP67. It doesn't feel like it would float. It feels pretty dense to me though. This is a 100-watt speaker. There's a lot of sound packed into a very tiny space. You've got two 25-watt woofers on the side and then two 25, I believe, full range speakers on the inside. That's a ton. Just to compare, the Tufton actually is an 80-watt speaker. So you've got an aux port on the inside there and a USB out. So if you're gonna charge your devices, you can actually do it on the speaker. That's actually a pretty nice strap. Seatbelt material. Now, would I actually do that? If you're gonna bring something this big out, why wouldn't you just bring a backpack with you or something like that? Okay, for today's quick sound comparison, we're gonna be checking out this guy. I'll throw in the Flip 6 and the Flip 5 here, just so you can see. Definitely got some bass, I can already tell. That is good. For the JBL Xtreme 3, it definitely has some of the tightest sound, like everything is just crystal clear. If you step over to the Tufton though, what you're gonna notice with the Tufton is the bass is quite a bit boomier. I would almost give it a compliment of saying a little bit fartier. The passive radio was also blowing against my chest when I was doing the test. I wouldn't necessarily say that either of them are bassier than the other, but I would say that the Tufton definitely has like a much more party-oriented bass to it, and you can quickly tweak it on top. So if you're gonna take any of these to a party, I'd probably say the Tufton is actually a little bit better bet. But in terms of clarity, they're really about the same. Marshall just is gonna have that nice warm tone to it. These things, they sound wonderful, but they definitely don't have anywhere near the bass of the Xtreme 3 or the Tufton even together. And it's just probably a little bit cheaper than buying the Xtreme 3 in total. In terms of loudness, they actually all hit 100 decibels pretty easily, but to my, what felt the loudest, honestly, was the Tufton. The Tufton felt just a little bit louder than the rest. Even though it's an 80-watt speaker, it felt louder to me. Hopefully that answered some errant questions you might have about the Xtreme 3. I'd say this is a wonderful speaker. I think you'd be very, very happy with the Xtreme 3, especially for the amount of sound that's coming out of such a small package. Like that. Look at this. Here's the Flip 6, here's the Xtreme, and then just to get just a little bit more volume, you got the Tufton here. And from looking at this, it's easy to see why you're hearing a little bit more bass out of the Tufton. The thing is just bigger, it's able to produce a little bit more sound. It's also more expensive though, so you've got that to consider. This is the JBL Xtreme 3, and I definitely would give it a recommend. So thanks for watching, see ya.